Hey tubers and fellow toy train lovers. These are some of my most favorite cars. These are made by Marx, made in the early 1950s after Lionel started making plastic bodied cars, and Marx continued to make them. They wanted to make them larger and look more scale. These actually are scale cars. They are the same size. They're called 3/16, and I don't know what that pertains to, but it is the same size as the cars used for S-gauge and American Flyer post-war. And you'll see this is all sheet metal, even on the roof. And they've done stunning lithography. You'll see this one's a bit worn. These were given to me by my cousins. I kept them out on the patio. Patio was covered, and we cover up the trains, but a little bit of moisture got to them. And so there are a few rust spots. And it's got this nice steel door. Still runs good. It's got the scissors, couplers, which I've always found to be fairly bulletproof. More bulletproof than Lionel, even though Lionels look better. These are far less likely to come open. So what we've got here is a Pacemaker freight system, New York Central 174580 boxcar. And let's give you a close-up of this ladder here. This ladder is all litho. May look like it's built on, but it's litho. It has a ladder on the roof that's actually the pressed steel that you feel the rungs of the ladder itself. Just to keep you from falling off the roof, I guess, when you're climbing up there to get to something. Climbing up to the top of the car. And this is NIAX tanker car. What you're looking at is not all litho. The red print on the silver sides is litho, but this is steel. Ladder is steel. The piece that goes around the car is made out of steel, and you have steel steps. The only thing I noticed that these cars are missing, except for the caboose, are the brake wheels that Lionel added. So my cousins were fairly close in age. One went off to college. One went off to with his family his father worked for the military, was a civilian accountant, and he was transferred to Germany and then Japan, and they decided to get rid of the trains, and they gave them to me, and this was their train set. So, lucky kid. And this is a Pennsylvania 79311. And once again, doesn't that look real, that ladder? Incredible lithograph. It's Pennsylvania Railroad. These, I should mention, are not plastic trucks. These are all metal trucks, all metal couplers, and you'll see the finishing job up on the roof. And here comes my absolute favorite boxcar of any boxcar I own. It's the kind we saw the most in California. The Pacific Fruit Express. And most of the fruit that the East Coast got in the winter, and most of the produce was from California. And this is a Reefer car. And they did a stunning job of reproducing the wood planks that went into this Reefer. I don't know how much detail. It's starting to blur. But I think you can see the wood planks. And I know when they got rid of the old wood plank reefers, a lot of the farmers got them cheap and used them, put them up on blocks and used them for storage. Just put up rolled roofing, and I still see a few around Butte County, California. But incredible looking car. And this is not a wear mark. This is some kind of Southern Pacific lines. And you'll see your latch for your door. Something else down there. No idea what it is. Didn't worry about it as a kid. Wasn't that important to me. It was just fun to run. And this is a beautiful pressed steel reading caboose. I believe that's how it's pronounced, reading, not reading. But correct me if I'm wrong. 92812. And it's funny, it says built 941, but my Greenberg said these were all made in the 50s. So I don't know if that's accurate or not. And you'll see on the very back of this, you'll see the door. Hole in the door, and you will see the brake wheel, like you would expect to see on most trains. It's simply stamped steel lithographed, nice lithographed steps on the roof. It's your nice little smokestack, and also steps on the side like we saw on the tanker car. And these were pulled, at least the set that I got was pulled by a 999. And this 999 has never been really a great puller. I think it needs a traction tire, and I'm going to attempt to add a traction tire, which is kind of a pain because of the way the wheels are. It can be a bit difficult to get to it, to glue a good traction tire on there. But I'm going to try that this week. And this would have been a single reduction motor, and it would not have gone across Lionel switches or Lionel. If you ran across a Lionel uncoupler, it might even derail. So let's move this around. I've got this pulled by a 666. And as you can see, a lot of smoke coming out of that. And it's not the usual 666 you're going to see, because it's got what I call elephant ears, smoke deflectors. But this is a double reduction motor, and it will go across Lionel switches. So if you want a Marx set, and you want to keep it all Marx, and you want it to go across your Lionel switches, and you want these beautiful cars, which you can still find on eBay or train shows, I would suggest getting this engine. After the 666, which they made in 1955, or up to 55, I believe, they went to the 1666, which is plastic. And if you can find a good 333 or 1829, you get some extra traction wheels, some extra wheels, so extra traction. The 1666, which is plastic, has a traction wheel, and it's kind of a clone of this, a little different. I've repainted this and put the white stripe and put the smoke deflectors on it just to make it look cool, because it was kind of boring looking. And I should have mentioned also, this tender came with that set, and it's what the 999 would have pulled. And I do not know the number for this tender, but it's about as common as fish in the sea. And you'll see the Marx Marlines sign behind the New York Central. It was really difficult to find a Marx tender that didn't say New York Central. You had a few Canadian Pacifics, and you had a few, I believe they made a few nickel plates and a few Pennsylvanias, but that's about all. So at any rate, let's run these. But that 666 one's nice. Look at this smoke. In the middle of cleaning these Canadian Pacific cars up. Put a little wax on them. Yeah, the spring is almost over. It's nice outside. I can open the windows and run some smoke. So I found out, now that I've finally completed my 8-piece Canadian Pacific set, they came out with 8 different cars. They only included 5 with a set, and you never knew what you were going to get. Usually you didn't get a duplicate at least. These all had different names of towns: Quebec, Montreal, Vancouver, Toronto, Hamilton, Winnipeg, and I can't read what's around the corner. These little 3,000 locomotives will not pull these 8-car sets. Let's see if I can pull this back without derailing it. There we go. But these were only single reduction motors, and these were made in 1938, I believe. And so I'm going to have to pull out 2 of them, and I've got enough extra cars. It's really difficult to find them in this good a condition. They tend to fade in the sun. And of course people don't leave them on their layouts with the windows open, and they scratch very easily, and it's very difficult to find them in this kind of condition, like I said. So finally finished my bucket list. Finally got the last one, which was Quebec. And I'd seen several, but they just didn't measure up. They were too scratched or too faded. And you'll even see some difference here in the coloring. Some are darker than others. But this is called wine maroon. And apparently it wasn't a very good paint. So, but it made it more fun to get a decent set than it did with the regular Marx passenger cars, which are a dime a dozen. So that's another story. Now I'm rambling. Now we'll say goodbye to 999 and my scale set and Big Lizard up there on the hill. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.